श्रीमती प्रतिमा मंडल जी।
Madam, I rise to speak on the motion of thanks on presidential address. Madam, painting a rosy picture of the dismal situation of the nation has been the trait of the present government since it came to power in 2014. Similar was the scenario on 31st of January 2022, when the Honorable President of India addressed the Parliament. So every sphere of failure has been covered with false promises, and these promises and self-boasting of these promises being fulfilled. Madam, claims of the government are absolutely different from ground reality. In the current scenario, India has been performing poorly across all sectors, be it education or healthcare, or for even that matter, as basic and crucial as the agriculture sector. Madam, the Honorable President said in his speech that the government ensured food security for every citizen of India. But India is experiencing serious level of hunger. Over 35 lakh children in the country are severely malnourished, and more than 10 lakh are actually malnourished. Imagine the level when the entire population is taken into account. So the claim that every Indian manages 3 meals a day are absolutely false. Sir, Madam, the Honorable President mentioned that tele-law has benefited 13 lakh people across the country by enabling legal advice. But this is nowhere close to what is the actual need of the hour. More than 500 posts of judges are lying vacant across all 25 high courts. 73,000 cases are pending in the Supreme Court alone, and taking all cases into account, a massive 44 million pending mark has been reached. Due to the unjust policies of your government, 75% inmates are under trial. Among them, numerous might be innocent. Their lives are being destroyed. It is safe to assume that a large percentage of those dying in prison are not convicted of any offense, despite the promises of Article 21 that no person shall be denied life or liberty except by the due process of law. The NCRB data reveals that the number of those dying in prison as they await their trials is only going up. Thus, an app like tele-law would be of no help. Instead of advertising, the government should do what is actually required to be done. Madam, the northeastern states found a place in the president's sugar-coated speech, but the reality is very different from what he spoke. The unthoughtful, bogus laws of the government have pushed numerous people into a state of mental torture. In the recent case, Manik Das, a resident of Borkhal village of Assam, committed suicide because of the government. The man was fighting a case in the Foreigners Tribunal in order to prove his nationality as an Indian, despite the fact that his name was listed in NRC. He was still tagged as Bangladesh, while the rest of his family members were identified as Indians. Thus is just one case that I have highlighted. There are thousands of such cases, and no one except the government is to be blamed. The government is tainted by the blood of farmers, citizens tracked as foreigners, migrant laborers, children, and the list is endless. The most distressed fact among the current situation is that the ruling party has turned the temple of democracy into a mere ground of debating club, where the opposition puts forth their suggestion that goes in vain. But it is now a known fact that the will of the government will prevail in every domain without giving a heed to the minority. But then you must at least ensure that your will is rightful and reasonable. Madam, the policies of the government are so inefficient that MGNREGA workers are still waiting for almost 3,360 crore in pending wages payments, with the largest pending payments are in West Bengal. Due to inadequate allocation, West Bengal is suffering a deficit of rupees 752 crore to be exact, which is the highest among all states. I would take this opportunity to seriously demand the government to disburse the pending wages immediately. Madam, only 1 minute, I am concluding. So coming to the education sector, again the situation of India is worrisome. The education policy does not make English a compulsory medium of English, but is adamant to test their knowledge of government exams. Policies like these keep the urban-rural divide and make it is a vote-seeking propaganda. Sir, Madam, I would like to conclude by saying that in a situation where the country is suffering, people are looking up towards the government with a hope in their eyes. You are constructing a new parliament building, but with the aim to provide adhik subidha to the lawmakers. But